Over the last 10 years, this is the most important thing I've done in my business career. I've served over 2 million people in the USA, and they all have one thing in common. Let me tell you about it. You might not know this, but the Spanish market in the USA is one of the fastest growing markets across the entire country. We have somewhere around 300 million people living in this great country of America. Do you know how many of them are Spanish American descent, Latin American descent? 64 million, also known as 19% of the population. So going back to 2010, I was launching with my wife and with my father our brand in the United States over here, our family business called NaturalSlim, and we were trying to penetrate the American market. And we had all these competitors and we had all these people that were in our industry, weight loss, health, nutrition, and so on. And we didn't know exactly how to go about it. We tried to penetrate the American market, but then something came into our universe. And we realized that we had to go after our people, our Latin American people. This is a country of its own. 64 million people that, to make matters even better for us, the Latin American population has one thing usually in common. They all want to buy good quality products and services. And we have been able to be extremely fortunate through our NaturalSlim brand to be able to reach and service all these people across this great nation. Yes, today, a lot of the things that we did worked out really well. We now have the largest audience across all of Latin America, specifically in the USA. We have somewhere around 47 million followers in Latin America, which 15 million of those are in the USA alone. But we were right by going after the Latin American population. And here's the thing about it. We were right back then, but I want to tell you that if you do this right now, the opportunity to service the Latin American people is greater than ever before. One main reason for that, and I'll tell you about it, is they are underserved. Not enough brands, not enough businesses, not enough people like myself are talking to the Latin American people, and they want to be talked to. They want to be serviced. They want to be addressed as them, Latin American people that they are. And you know, another thing about it is the average American in the USA is going to make somewhere around $45,000 to $50,000 a year. That is their average salary. Well, do you know how much somebody makes in Mexico, for example? $10,000 a year, $12,000 a year. That's a great salary, by the way. Colombia, same thing. All of these countries in Latin America are very far from having salaries like this, which means that you have the ability to go to Latin American people that make similar income than the rest of the US population, which means that they are buyers, they are consumers. You can service them. And you might be asking yourself, well, wait a second, Manuel, I'm not a Latino myself. I don't speak the language. I don't know how to talk to them. Well, the good thing for you is that the opportunity of this environment right now, 2025 and beyond, is that the barriers of language have been removed. They're no longer there. Why? You have tools like ChatGPT. ChatGPT is only getting better. If you look at, for example, my book, I have a book that I wrote in English because I have been studying English since I was a little kid. It took me an hour to get it translated to Spanish. It took me another hour to get my entire website translated to Spanish. Now, you take things like this. For example, one of the things that I'm doing right now is that I'm building a brand of dog supplements with the great and the legend himself, Cesar Millan, the original host of the Dog Whisperer show in the USA, another Latino, another powerful Latino. And I can take entire websites, entire campaigns, entire descriptions and all of it and get them instantly translated without the help of a human being, without having to pay additional costs on advertising, on human power, on labor, and so on. No matter what it is, I'm able to get this job, this work done immediately. On this example over here, I took my page for promoting Cesar Milan's dog supplements. I paste the entire thing in here. You can even give it your own link. And I asked it to give it to me in Spanish. And just like that, I got the whole thing in Spanish right here. And then I asked it, can you help me create images? Can you help me create scripts and content and help me produce images so I can go to social media with these images in Spanish? And it gave me a whole list of things to do for social media. And it gave me the entire description of the campaign and all of it. And then I said, this image right here, in which is Caesar with an animal, I want you to help me create it for me. And check out what it did 1 second here. I'm gonna see it right here. Caesar with the supplement and a happy dog. That's what I requested. And it gave me this one right here, this image right here. And it has a line in Spanish with the product, but I wanted to take that one step further, of course, because this is not a completed product yet. And I gave it the actual product. This is our brand right here, which is called Better Dog Supplements. And then I said, give me another option with Cesar smiling, and I want you to change the product in his hand for this one. And then it produced this image right here. Now, Cesar is smiling. And it gives me a line with Cesar holding the actual product in his hand. So I can take these images, let's say that I don't speak Spanish, and I can get them all transcribed immediately and translated, and I can start promoting these things on social media. So I will highly, highly recommend that whatever you have going on, if you have a successful marketing campaign, if you have some social media ads that have produced sales, revenue, if you have some campaigns that have produced some leads for you, you should do two things. One, you should get them all translated, and it would be great that you go out there and you hire one person that speaks the language so you can make sure that whatever you're getting translated and whatever you're putting out there, it's actually correct and 100% legit, and you can start generating some sales with 64 million people out there. Something that I've talked about in a previous episode is the ad library on Facebook. Like, for example, so you can see how we're doing this ourselves. If you go to the Facebook ad library, which you can find it through Google, just search for Facebook ad library. You can search over here, for example, for US, which is our brand, NaturalSlim. And it shows up over here, 2.5 million people followed this. You click on this thing, and it's gonna show you the ads that we run. All of this is 100% in the USA. And if you look at it, we have a grand total of 130 different ads happening right now in the USA. And they're all in Spanish. Every single one of them in Spanish. So if you want to get inspired by a brand that's out there producing a lot, helping a lot of people, impacting the lives of many people with their products and services, feel free to look at what we have going on and come up with your own game plan. And if you can take a little piece of your energy and apply it to the Latin American market, you'll be able to see how big the opportunity is, because these people are great people to service. They're amazing. They are great customers. They love consuming great products and services. And if you deliver great value, they will give you a lot of power back.